So now what we need to do is that we need to learn how to go to the About Us page. Well, in order to let you go to the About Us page, we need to add href to this About Us button. So here in the index.html, what we want to do is that here we need to come over here and then we need to say href, and then it's going to be equal to double quotes, and then curly braces, and then percentages, and then URL, and then the URL is going to be, let's say, about us. And now in the URLs, we need to create that path. I'm going to add here comma, and then I'm going to say path, and then I'm going to say about us, and then comma, and then views dot about us, and then comma, and then name, and then the name is going to be about us. Now in the views, we need to create the function that's going to take the user to the about us. I'm going to say def about us request, and then I'm going to take the user to the about us. So remember, in order to take the user to about us, or to a specific page, you can use the render. So I'm going to say here, return render, and then we need to pass the request, and then comma, and then the page that we want. So the page that we want is the about us. We don't have the about us, so we need to create the about us here. Here I'm going to create a new file, and then I'm going to name it about us.html. So now in the views, back to the views, and in the views, I'm going to say here blog/about us.html. And we are good to go. Let me now save everything. I'm going to click on File, Save All, and make sure that you don't have any errors. Let me now head over to the browser and refresh. Now in the browser, if I refresh and if I click on About Us, it's going to take me to the About Us page. But the About Us page is empty, so we need to fill the About Us page with some information here. So I'm going to copy the code from here. I'm going to copy the code from the index, and then in the About Us, I'm going to paste it. But we need to remove a few things. First, we need to remove this loop, and we need to keep everything else. And here we need to say something like p paragraph, and then I'm going to say here this is the About Us page. And now in the browser, if I refresh, it's going to display here, this is the About Us page. Let me here change the color. I'm going to say style, and then color, and the color is going to be white. And as you can see now, the color is white. And of course, you need to add here information about your website. And in order to let the user go to the home page from the About Us page, we need to say here href, and then we need to say double quotes, and then curly braces, and then percentages, and then URL, and then we need to say here index. I think index, if you head over to the URLs, the URLs is actually here index, so we need to use the index. So here I'm going to say index. Now let me refresh and let me click on home, and as you can see, if I click on home, it's going to take me to the home. If I click on About Us, it's going to take me to the About Us page.